wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to my podcast. Thank you for always sparing your time to listen to my podcast. I'm so much grateful. And guys, today I'm back with episode 4. Remember, we started all the way from episode 1 on setting boundaries, episode 2, episode 3, and now we are on episode 4. Kindly, if you are told you have not listened or watched episode 1, for you to understand setting goals much better, I would request you to go through episode 1, whereby you are going to know the definition and categories of setting boundaries. Episode 2, where you are going to learn on how to set your boundaries. And episode 3, you learn how to differentiate healthy boundaries and unhealthy boundaries. So today, we are on episode 4, where we are going to look at the importance of setting boundaries in our life. So stay tuned. Healthy boundaries are so important. For one, it builds greater self esteem. Guys, if you set your boundaries, you know exactly what you want in life. You will be confident in everything you are doing, whatever you are saying, whatever you are attending to. You will have confidence and you will have personality. Reason because you have set your goals and you go by your you set your boundaries and you are going by your boundaries. So by setting boundaries, remember the boundaries are guidelines and their guidelines, their limits, they have limits. So you are confident in whatever you are doing. So by setting boundaries, it will build your self-esteem. Secondly, um, beliefs and in system. It also helps you to focus on yourself. Setting boundaries will help you focus on yourself and your mental well-being because you've set your boundaries, so everything will go the way you want. You know, if you are relaxed, if your mind is relaxed, you are relaxed and everything is going to on well to you, you will have that peace of mind. But by having peace of mind, you will be having mental well-being. Another importance of setting boundaries is by uh, especially in a relationship, it allows you to have untoxic relationship. When you talk of toxic relationship, you know, if you do not send you, if you have a partner, for example, and you set your boundaries, you've shared what I like and what I don't like. My other partner also have shared what he like and what he doesn't like. We'll be working within those boundaries. We will not want even to bypass someone's boundaries. So in that case, will be able to live happily and understand one another. At the same time, in case we come across challenges, we'll be able to face challenges easily and we'll be able to understand one another easily. And unlike when you stay where you are living without boundaries. So boundaries are very important, guys. The fourth reasons why we should set our boundaries is especially on professional grounds. It helps us in connection among employees, allowing them to focus on their roles and duties and also respect other people's. You know, in firms where there are boundaries, people have been given their duties and regulations. Each and every person has his or her duties and regulations. At the same time, there is more mutual understanding among staff, and this will encourage people, motivate people, and they'll work very hard, happily, with respect to one another. So that's why it's important to set boundaries. Another reason for setting boundaries is that it displays effective communication. For example, let's say in the office, yeah, and there are boundaries like you know your limits, you know what you're supposed to do at what time. You have time limit and you have everything. Everybody will be responsible for his or her duties, and communication becomes effectively. And when if, there's effective communication, absolutely, this will enable people to speak up their mind. No one will shy out from speaking up. People will speak up their mind. They will share ideas because there is proper communication in the firm. They'll suggest and give their opinions, and this will lead to creativity and so problem solutions to problems without fear, or it will indicate or any embarrassment. People will be free. That is if it's in the office. And if it's not in the office, wherever it is, there will be flow of command because there are responsibilities of each and every person. So, guys, setting boundaries is very important. And when we are going to the another point, the reason why it is important is that in real life, situations or setting healthy boundaries are necessary components for self-care, because without boundaries, we feel depleted, we feel taken advantage of, we feel taken for granted, we feel intruded upon. But once you set your boundaries, nobody will pass your boundaries. They will understand you, they will respect you, and they will know that you are one person who has principles. So that is important. Another importance of setting boundaries is that um, in real life also, it happens that whether at work or in our personal relationship, poor boundaries may lead to resentment, hurt, or hunger. Someone might be hungered because of the deeds of one person. And in times of, when we talk of time, in time, it's good to respect people's time in maintaining a good relationship. Life needs balance in every aspect. Another importance is that in leadership, for example, boundaries help in manifesting order, or maintaining peace and order. For example, in schools, okay, let's also talk of leadership first before we go to schools. In leadership, discipline and clear communication also preventing misunderstanding among people. They also help in managing expectations, defining roles of each and every person within a team, and also maintaining a healthy work in balance. And in school, um, boundaries helps even teachers to handle students. For example, the students will well know exactly what they are supposed to do at what time and at the right time. For example, if and also helps them in maintaining discipline as well. As for example, they know in the morning when they wake up, they go to for manual work. After manual work, they go for breakfast. After breakfast, they go to classes. So you see the routine, it helps them manage. And if you abuse the boundary, of course you'll be disciplined. And that's why we say setting boundaries helps in maintaining the discipline. A student will automatically know that if I don't follow the boundaries, if I don't go by the rules, I will be out of the boundary. So it is very important because it helps us in making discipline, in creating discipline, and also understanding. In social work, social workers risk jeopardizing the mental and physical well-being of both the clients or clinical and the client, at most violating ethical codes. So breaking professional boundaries put social workers at risk in diminishing the standard of care and they can be provided with. So breaking professional boundaries put social workers at risk. That is because social workers work with boundaries. So by breaking the boundaries, it makes them at risk. So in a family, boundaries determines and what is okay and what is not okay. It helps to heal, enriches our relationship in the future. It's a sign of respect because no one will want to cross someone's boundaries. So it's a sign of respect. It lets caregivers maintain an emotional connection to the person they are caring for, connection to the person they are caring for without the negative result of feeling the need to resecure or enable to fix or control. But what about to parents? Setting boundaries to parents also is important because with parents it helps you building resentment towards them and promote healthy, enjoyable interaction with your kids, and also helping you further establish individual, for example, having your identity outside your relationship with your parent. So to parent, it's a benefit, and also to you as a person to your parents. So in promoting positive behaviors we benefit that from setting boundaries because you'll be able to have positive behaviors. Because you see, if you live in a house with the rules and limitation and the guidelines, everything will be perfect. And you, because of discipline, you will have positive behaviors. So children who have clear, consistent rules in their homes, or they are normally calm, they feel they have a nice behavior, they are well behaved, and they behave by themselves and they can reason by themselves. So guys, setting boundaries is very important everywhere, and makes you, from seeing this, I hope you will make or set your goals everywhere you go. Maybe when you're at home, make sure you set about your boundaries at home if you are a parent, to guide your children. If you are in school, you are at work, make sure you set your boundaries at work to guide you. If you are a manager or you are a leader in a team, make sure you set boundaries which will lead your team, and you will be successful in everything that you do. Otherwise, guys, setting boundaries is very essential. It's very essential in life, especially when it is healthy. So when we are talking of importance of about setting boundaries, we are talking of healthy boundaries. Try as much as possible to avoid unhealthy boundaries. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to this. In fact, guys, if you set boundaries, people will respect you. People will respect you more when you set your boundaries, because you are clear on your characters, you are clear on your personality, you are clear on your principles. So people will respect you, and they will know exactly what you want your life to be, how you the nature of life you like, and they can even help you to secure or achieve your goals. So set in other words, just to summarize, setting boundaries is not about being selfish, but protecting our well-being. And stay tuned for the last episode, which is disadvantages of setting boundaries. And guys, remember, not all that glitters is gold. So despite having the importance of boundaries, remember we also have disadvantages, and most of the disadvantages are arising from unhealthy unhealthy setting of boundaries. So it's just good to share so that you can know exactly the disadvantage of setting boundaries. So stay tuned for the last episode, which is episode 5, so when we are going to share on the disadvantages of setting boundaries. Thank you so much for listening, and let's meet on episode 5. Bye bye.